Good day, everyone. My name is Sirka Nambala, a Master of Education student specializing in educational leadership and management at the International University of Management. In this short reflection, I will share what I have learned in Comparative Education System course, touching on 5 key areas where I express my course overview, assessments, readings, visiting experts, and my personal reflection. Course overview. Comparative education mainly focuses on studying different education systems around the world to understand their similarities, differences, and what lessons we can apply in our own contexts, which enable educational leaders to learn from other nations to improve the quality of education and adapt knowledge in addressing educational challenges. This course helped me see how political, economic, and social factors shape education systems. For example, countries with strong economies like Finland or Singapore often have well organized and inclusive education systems, while weaker economies face challenges such as poor funding and inequality. I have learned that as future leaders, we must understand these dynamics to build stronger and reasonable education systems in Namibia and across Africa. Assessments. The assessments in this course encourage me to think critically. One of the key tasks involved comparing weak and strong education systems made me understand how good leadership and governance influence educational success. Another task on the role of politics and economics in education helped me see that instability or poor economic planning can directly affect school performance, teacher motivation, and access to quality education. Overall, the various assessments of this course showed me flexibility and exposed me to not only essays but presentations and video making, which built my analytic, technical, and leadership skills. Readings. The readings of this course, such as The Sociology of Education by Dawkins and others, as well as Multicultural Education by Christie, gave me deep insight into theories that shape global education. Through the Marxist theory, I have learned how education can produce class differences. Feminist theory reminded me of the importance of gender equality in leadership, and post-colonial theory emphasized the need to decolonize education and value African perspective. These readings made me reflect on how theory connects the real education leadership and policy in Namibia. Visiting experts. We were privileged to have two visiting experts, namely Prof. Kanyemba and Mr. Boyce, who enriched my understanding in this course. Prof. Kanyemba shared great knowledge on educational paradigms, emphasizing on how the shift from teacher-centered to learner-centered approaches encourage critical thinking, innovation, and inclusivity. He also explained different educational paradigms in highlighting that Namibia is at a stage of advancing its educational system to 4.0, which is governed by technology, enhanced with experimental and practical strategies. On the other hand, Mr. Boyce educated me on decolonialization in education, explaining that African education systems are still influenced by colonial legacies. He stressed on the need to integrate local languages, indigenous knowledge, and African values to make education more relevant to our societies. The discussion with the experts who visited during this course inspired me to see leadership as a tool for transformation and not just managing schools, but shaping systems that reflect our identity and promote equality. Personal reflection. This course has been truly transformative. It helped me review and view education through global and comparative lens. Understanding that leadership decisions are influenced by politics, economy, and culture, as well as the importance of not being confined with one education system, but to rather adapt and be flexible in striving towards quality and advanced education. I have grown to see myself as a change-oriented leader, ready to promote inclusive and equitable education. The course strengthened my confidence to contribute to education reforms and apply global lessons to local contexts. To sum up, comparative education has deepened my understanding on how global systems influence leadership and policy in education. It reminded me that as an educational leader or as educational leaders, our role is to adapt, innovate, and ensure education serves the needs of our society. Thank you for watching my reflection.